Hi, this is Carol Pigott from Innovate Training, and this is From the Classroom to the Kitchen Nook, and we are on our session 18, Multiplying and Dividing Fractions. Before we get into that, though, we're going to go over our questions that I left you with last week. Now, this is, like I mentioned last week, this is our wrap-up session. We're going to wrap up fractions this week, and then next week we'll go on to a different topic. So, first question that I left you with was A, B, C, or D. Which one of these is an improper fraction? And if you look at them, the answer would be B. B is an improper fraction because the denominator is less than the numerator. Okay, so that's an improper fraction. So how do we change it? We take the 3, goes into 4, how many times?
1.
1, with how much left over?
1.
And bring over the denominator. Okay? And since we're doing it, let's convert this to an improper fraction. 3 times 3 is what?
9.
9 plus 1?
10.
So 10 over 3.
Ouch.
So improper fractions can be converted to proper fractions. By the way, I didn't mention this before, but I want to mention it now. Really quick. All right. How do you add a whole number with a fraction? Well, in order to do that, you need to convert it. So, 4 over 1. Whenever you have a whole number, you want to convert it to a fraction. You take that number and put it over 1. So, 4 over 1 plus 1 over 2. Now we have to make this a common denominator, right? So, 1 has to be multiplied by 2 in order to get it to 2, right? So, do the same thing with the 4. Plus 1 half, 9 over 2. 2 goes into 9 how many times?
4.
4 with how much left over?
1.
Equals 4.5. I know you could just say, well, just put the half with the 4. I know, but I wanted to have the joy of showing you the whole process. Okay? So I just wanted to mention that because I failed to mention it before. All right. The next question is to find common denominators. So we have 3 over 5 and we have 8 over 15. Now, to find the common denominator, we need to find which of these is divided. What can both of these be divided by?
5.
5. Okay, so 5 goes into 15 how many times?
3.
3. So in order to get this to be 15, I had to multiply it times 3. So you have to do the same thing with 3. 3 times 3 is what?
9.
9. So now they're common denominators. If I wanted to add them, I could. Or if I wanted to subtract them, I could. Okay, but that's not what we were trying to do. All right.
But we're able to because they're now on the same common
Exactly.
level.
The next one is 1/6 and 2/5. You're going to tell me, oh my goodness, none of these two numbers cannot be divided by the same number. And I say, pshaw, yes they can. What you do is you multiply them together. 6 times 5 is what?
30.
30. Okay? So I'm going to put 30 here. 5 times 6 is 30. All right. So in order to get this 6 to be 30, I had to multiply it times?
The opposite one.
Which is what?
6. 6 times 5.
In order to get this 6 to 30, I had to multiply it times 5. So you do the same thing with the 1.
Oh,
5 times 1 is
5.
5. In order to get this 5 to be 30, I had to multiply it times
6.
6. So you do the same thing with the 2. 6 times 2
12. So you cross
12.
multiply.
Yeah. Now, we're going to go ahead and bring these together. 5 plus, oh no, if we were adding. We're not adding. Wait a minute. We're not adding. Common denominator. You could add or you subtract. Okay? All right. Next one is 3/16 and 1/4. Okay? So both of these can be divided by
2? 4?
4.
Okay.
4. All right, 16 goes into 16 one time, so we don't need to do anything to that. 4 takes, you got to multiply 4 times what to get to 16?
4?
Times 4,
Yeah.
right? So 1 times 4 is
4.
4. Okay, common denominator. All right. All right, the next thing I wanted you to do was to convert. I have improper fractions here, and then I have mixed numbers here. So these I wanted you to convert to a mixed number, and I wanted you to convert these to an improper fraction. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 3/2. 2 goes into 3 how many times?
1.
1 with how much left over?
1.
And so that's 1.5. Okay? 6 goes into 16 how many times?
2.
2 with how much left over?
2.
12.
Sorry.
That's okay. Over 6. We can simplify this, right? So simplify this divided by 2/3. So it would be 2
2 2/3.
2 2/3. Okay? 11 goes into 13 how many times?
1.
1 with how much left over?
2.
Can I convert this? Can I simplify it?
Yes. No.
This?
You can't.
No.
No. No.
It is what it is. All right. So these we're going to convert to improper fractions. So 5 times 1 is
5.
plus 3.
8.
8 over
8/5.
5. 16 times 4.
Get your handy dandy calculator.
Handy dandy calculator.
Or your handy dandy phone
If
calculator.
I had one of those brains that could do it. 16 times
4.
4 equals 60. I could have done that. 32 plus 32, 64. Duh.
Right. Plus 5.
Plus 5 is 69. Is 64 plus 5 is 69 over 16.
16s.
Okay? 6 times 6 is, come on, you know
No.
your times tables.
That would be, well, you got
Here's a shortcut. 5 times 6 is
30,
plus 6,
36,
36. So 36 plus 1,
37.
37 over 6. Okay? Okay, so now we're going to get into multiplying our fractions. So I wrote a couple questions on the board, and the cool thing about multiplying is that you do not need to change the denominator. You do not need a common denominator, so you could just go ahead and multiply them. We multiply both the numerator and the denominator across. Okay, so easy, easy peasy. So 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 6 is 24. Okay? So can either of these be reduced?
Yes.
Can 24 be divided by 3?
Yes.
Yes, it can. 3 goes into 1. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 24 8 times.
1/8.
1/8. Okay? Next one. 3 times 2 equals 6. 11 times 9 is 99.
9.
Can this be reduced? Let's see. Can 6 be divided by 3?
Yes.
Okay, 6
2.
divided by 3 is 2. Can 99 be divided by 3?
Yes. 33.
Yes. 33. Can we reduce it anymore? No.
I'm not sure. No?
No.
Okay.
We cannot. 33 cannot be divided by 2. Okay? So that's multiplying. Again, just straight across. Remember, if you have a mixed number, so let's do a mixed number. It's the same rules that apply. You have to change to a fraction. So 1 3/4 times 2 1/5. We got to change to a fraction, an improper fraction. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7 fourths, times 2 times 5 is 10, 11 fifths. 7 times 11, 77. 4 times 5 is 20. And now again, this is an improper fraction, so we need to change it back to a proper fraction or a mixed number. 20 goes into 77 how many times?
3 times.
3 times. And that leaves us with 17 over 20. Can I reduce this any?
I don't think so.
No, cannot be reduced. So that would be how we would deal with a mixed number. Okay, so let's go into our dividing. Dividing is just as easy, except there's just one extra step. Okay? So, dividing, we have 6/7 divided by 1/2. Now, we don't need a common denominator. So when we divide fractions, what we need to do with this one on the right is switch it. So it'd be 6/7 times
2
over 1. 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 1 is 7. Then 7 goes into 12 how many times?
1.
1 with how many left over?
5
5. And then
over 7.
7. Bring over the numerator. Okay? So division. Let's do another one. Let's do one with a mixed number. Okay. So before I go ahead and, whoops, that's not times, that's divide. So before I go ahead and do this, what do I need to do?
You need to make that a regular fraction, not a mixed fraction.
4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over
5
4.
fourths.
Divided by 3/4. And then I need to do with this, what with this one?
You need to turn it upside down.
Around.
And then
5 over 4 times 4 over 3. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 3 is 12.
12.
12 goes into 20 how many times?
Once.
Once with how many left over?
8. 12.
Over 12. So we can reduce this.
Divide by 2. Oh, by
And we'll
4.
reduce it again.
Yeah, 2/3.
So it's 1 2/3.
Yeah.
Okay? Alright, so multiplying and division is very simple with fractions. Okay, so make sure that you find the quiz that I'm going to include in the comment section of this video. And do that quiz, and next week I will include a video going over the questions. Okay? So, do that review quiz. Next week topic, we're going to move on and do a different topic. So, we will discuss that next week. So, this is Carol Pigott from Innovate Training, and from the kitchen to class, from the classroom to the kitchen nook, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Carol Pigott, and don't forget to subscribe, to like and to hit that bell because we got a lot of good stuff coming. All right, see you next time.